what day is it today? So Saturday was the 20th, 21st, it's Monday, so that's the 22nd. Hello and welcome to day 22 of the Advent calendar. I have no idea what day of the week it is, what's going on, what date of the month it is. We're on the 22nd though, and I have just got in from work, last day in the public library until, when am I back? New Year's Eve actually. So yeah, quite excited to have finished one job. I've got one more day of work and then I'm off for, I'm very lucky actually that we're off for quite a few days, so that'll be quite nice for Christmas. So day 22 of the book Advent calendar. We're so close to the end. This is crazy. Should we have a little look? Let's see what is in the bag for day 22. What is it going to be? Let's have a look. It is, oh, I can't read that backwards. I'm very good at reading some fonts backwards. Oh, Margaret Kennedy. Together and Apart. I can take the rest of the bag off. It's another Virago. I feel like this book Advent calendar has been so perfectly tailored towards me. It's almost like I told you what kind of books I wanted. Margaret Kennedy, Together and Apart. I feel like I've got a Margaret Kennedy book that I've either read or haven't. That was very vague, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Day 22. Okay. So Heather suggested The Feast by Margaret Kennedy. I literally read that. I knew I'd read a Margaret Kennedy recently. I knew it. Okay. So The Feast, I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm looking off camera. You can't see. So The Feast was about like a hotel, which is like the premise of it is that there's a landslide which collides into the hotel, and then there's lots of people inside the hotel, and then it tells you the kind of story of the people staying there, and you don't know like what happens and who ends up dying in the landslide, and that's the whole point of the book. I read that very recently and I quite liked it. Everyone suggested it as a book from my TBR that I should try and get to before the end of the year. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to read this note. Day 22, Heather suggested The Feast by Margaret Kennedy, which Jen has read very recently. So here is another by the same author. Smiley face. Thank you, Mary. So yeah, I quite liked the writing of The Feast. I quite liked it. I didn't love the story. It was strange. It was kind of like I was compelled to keep reading, but I don't know why. It was kind of like that, which is very strange. Anyway, so this is another Margaret Kennedy. And this is called Together and Apart. So let's have a read of the back. It says, Betsy is married to Alec. They have 3 half-grown children, a Hampstead home, a holiday house in Wales. Another nod to Wales there. And all the comforts of British middle-class life between the wars. It is 1936 and Betsy is 37. Alec, she discovers, has been having an affair, one of no importance to him. But at first, even Betsy is not too concerned about it. No. But where, Betsy feels, is the happiness which is her due. Damn right, Betsy. And she is tired. Houses, servants, children make eternal demands upon her. Family and friends constantly interfere. In this instance, just once too often, with startling results. Ooh, amazing. So thank you so much, Heather, for recommending The Feast, which I had already read quite recently as well. So thank you, Mary, for picking at this one instead. If you have read this specific Margaret Kennedy, I would love to know what you thought. And if you've read any of her other novels as well, what else would you recommend? Like I said, I did read The Feast recently and I loved the writing style. I didn't love the book itself. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. But I did really, really like her writing style, so I'm really keen to get around to this as well. So yeah, thank you for everyone involved in this particular book, and let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below, and do come back tomorrow for day 23. Oh my god, we're almost at the end. Day 23 of the book Advent calendar.